Let's do a video. Let's do a quick video here. All right, so anybody that's following the channel or has been following the channel knows that I haven't been posting in at least a year, so it's been quite a while. I don't really want to get into that yet. There's a video that I want to put out a little bit later on, so stay tuned for that one. I recently picked up the M3 Macbook Air, and this is a video that I want to make because I've had this thing for a couple of weeks now. It is just the base model that I picked up, the 256 gigs with the 16 gigs of RAM. I was a little hesitant about picking up the Air, only because there was a lot of videos out there that were kind of like telling you to upgrade to the Pro if you're doing video editing or this or that, so I was pretty hesitant. But I have been editing on this thing for the past couple of weeks, and it's been doing me pretty good so far. So I'd like to go over who this Mac is for, if you should get the 15 or the 13 inch, or if you should just save up and wait to get the Pro. And at the end, I want to go over some of the things I dislike about this thing, so stay tuned for that one. There really are a lot of things about this Mac that I do really like, such as the 15-inch display. So for me, I recently picked up a gaming monitor, and I really love it. So like the high frame rate, the accurate colors, the curved screen, all that. Love it. But the thing I didn't account for was like me switching between like my Mac and my gaming all the time. So you have to like actually switch the colors. Like it's kind of weird because the HDR works for, I don't know exactly which one, but I was messing around with them, and every time I switched it, I have to switch the settings. So it's really annoying, and I'm kind of one of those people that like to just sit down, switch it over, and just have it go, have it be seamless. Super annoying trait that I have, that like it bugs me, those little things where I have to do an extra little step. When I was deciding on the Mac, I knew that I would be doing most of my video editing on the Mac and not actually on my monitor, so the 15-inch display was just kind of like a no-brainer for me. I think that I will most likely be just using the 15-inch display Mac for all of my editing. Maybe once in a while like throw it on the monitor just to like get a little bit more real estate on the screen, but with the 15-inch display, that way I could kind of move around the house, go do some editing, say in the living room around the kids and whatnot. And I think for like me personally, being like a homebody, and I think for anybody, I think that's like the main factors. If you're traveling a lot, then I'd say go for the smaller screen like the 13-inch display. But if you're a homebody like me, you're hanging out at home, you're not really doing a lot of travel for work or whatnot, then I'd say get the 15-inch, because you're going to be so much more happy with all the real estate on the screen and just like how much more tabs you could have open, a little bit more space. Honestly don't think I would have went for the smaller one even if I did travel a lot. It's just I find myself liking to look at a lot more of the screen. Okay, a big question I think a lot of people are asking: do I regret getting the Air? Do I think I should have got the Pro? Well, for me, like starting a YouTube channel was never something I saw as going like really far. Like it was just a hobby, something fun for me to do. I like fucking around with cameras and just editing and learning how to color grade and do all that stuff. But as of late, I've been thinking maybe I should be taking it a little bit more seriously, especially like I haven't been super consistent. Like last time I took 4 months off, and then I took a year off, and I just kind of haven't been taking it too serious. So that's why I was thinking maybe I should get the Pro for like the MacBook Pro, just for something that I could grow into. But the more I like look into it, I realize I'm not like a freelance videographer or anything like that, so I'm not gonna need to do all that kind of stuff. So like the M3 MacBook Air base models now come at 16 gigs of RAM, but definitely people who film a ton and do this for like more of a serious job, I definitely look into maybe the Pro. But I think for a lot of people that like are just doing like edits here and there, or just like YouTube in general, I would say the Air is gonna work just fine. And I haven't had any issues yet, but it's also only been a couple weeks and I've only edited like maybe 4 or 5 videos now. Yeah, I don't know. I think the Air is good enough for mostly everyone, especially with the 16 gigs of RAM. The 256 gigs though of storage, that's the one thing I'm kind of like kicking myself for. I wish I would have got the more storage, just because this I find that if I have a couple of videos in there edited, it takes up a lot of space. You can pick up like other storage things for it so that you could like have more storage on there, so it's not a huge deal. But if you're just doing videos here and there, doing some edits, watching YouTube, that's honestly mostly what I use this thing for. So okay, so dislikes. There's a couple of dislikes on here that I have so far. It's only been a couple of weeks, but like the fingerprints on here have been really annoying, especially like my OCD really kicks in. I find myself always wiping it down and it's not great. Very small detail, something that's not going to bother a ton of people, but for me, it definitely bothers me. Another thing is it does get really warm still. Like the biggest time when I'm using this MacBook is when I'm get home from the gym. So like I'll go to work, go to the gym. As soon as I'm done at the gym, I pretty well come home and like sit on the couch and just start editing or writing while I'm still in my gym clothes, and I usually wear shorts. It does get really warm, especially on your legs. I think that's because I have so much things open. It's not over the top where you're like, okay, the overheating issues are like too much. I haven't found it like to be unbearable, but it's definitely something to think about. I usually have like YouTube open while I'm editing and writing and all these other tabs for research for videos. There's a lot open at once, so I don't know if that's what it is or like just so much power, but that's something to take into account. I don't think it's something like to be super worried about, but definitely something to think about. I wanted this to be a quick video. This is like officially my first video back making videos. So if you have any questions about this product, the MacBook Air, let me know. Maybe I'll make another video about it, like a full review. But I'm back making videos. I'm pretty stoked about it. Picked up a new camera, Canon R6 Mark II. As you can see, the studio looks way different. Oops, a lot different, painted, got some stuff set up. Uh yeah, let's call it here though. I got some other videos that I want to edit and film and drop and whatnot. So okay, let's call it. Peace.